Alright, welcome back everyone to Let's Play Maniac Mansion. This is Mysterious JG, hoping that I found a way to solve the display problem that some of you have not been able to see the game clearly. I can see it quite clearly, of course, because I don't have to watch it off YouTube. I've got the files on my hard drive. But for the rest of you, this has been somewhat problematic, the whole YouTube thing. So now I've got the frame set around the actual DOS box. You should be able to see the DOS box version I'm running, and you can say, JG, you're running the wrong version, what the hell ever. Okay. So what were we doing? We were checking out this here door. And we're going to use the keypad. Access key is section 6, G19. Well, okay. Let me see something. Oh, what's that, folks? Why are you seeing this? You are seeing me trying to see section 6. What did it say? G19, okay. G19 would be... You can't see it, but it's a dot, an empty space, and 2 plus signs. A dot. An empty space, like between my ears, ho-ho, and 2 plus signs. Let us see if this copy protection encoded message will prevent us from blowing up the house. Excellent. Excellent. And we got awesome DOS sound effects, too. Now, here is the first, that I've noticed at least, of several famous edits that were made in this game for the Nintendo version. Nintendo, they had a reputation for being kind of puritanical back in the day. When they decided that they were going to let a company do a new Maniac Mansion, a new version of Maniac Mansion for the Nintendo Entertainment System, they had to make certain edits because of adult content in the game. The first edit that we've come across so far, see this statue here? Removed from the Nintendo version because it's too racy. Aren't you getting a throbbing boner just looking at that DOS rendering of a naked statue in the fashion of like Greece or Rome? If you're not, well, see your doctor and get some Viagra, because any normal red-blooded American man who might be playing Nintendo games, or a young boy, should be, just completely overcome with prurient desire by this thing. But, yeah. Nintendo thought so anyway. Let's read the plaque on the statue. See Frenchie stuff. Bobo the Vulture might be able to tell us what that says. Then again, he might not. I don't want to put pressure on him. No. What is... That picture is not an interactable object. Let's open the door. It's Dr. Fred in a Napoleon hat. That's nice. Oh, it's another room that's dark. What is blackboard? What is... Let's walk around in a darkened room in a mansion that we know is Male Med Diploma. Docs R Us Diploma. There's a desk. That's a good sign that there might be something. Oh, damn it. There's got to be a light switch in here somewhere. Medical diagram, medical chart, door, medical bridge! Is there a desk lamp on the desk? That would be nice. Yeah, this is part of the exceptional challenge of this game. It is not as bad when you can use a... Back in the day, we didn't use mice that much on these things, but a joystick wasn't that uncommon to use in a situation like this. But I need to find the damn light. How many houses have you been in, folks, where when you go into a room and there are no lights on, it is so completely dark in there with absolutely no light coming in from the outside hall that you can't even see a light switch? Well, I suppose that's not that uncommon. You gotta be able to feel a light switch, you know? Alright, this is maddening. I'm sure that I found something in here earlier. Like I played around just for a few minutes to make sure that the game was actually going to play properly in DOS, and I thought I found something. But I did not want to spend a whole video on this. Wait. What? Examination table. I thought for a moment. A brief, shining moment. No. It was a horrible lie. Let's walk to the door. Okay, we'll deal with that place after we have the flashlight batteries. Now, let's open this door. Here's the second of the rather famous edits that were made of this game, the Star Wars poster. Read Star Wars poster. The Lucasfilms Ltd. Production Limited. Because, of course, this game was made by Lucas Games, the gaming wing of Lucasfilms. And Maniac Mansion itself, as I read about today on its Wikipedia article, I did not know this before, the actual exterior shot of Maniac Mansion is based on the famous Skywalker Ranch at the Lucas compound. So, we've got an arcade. Now, when I was a kid, the idea of having arcade games like this in your house was the coolest thing possible. Video Fever, Disco Crazy, Alien Slime, Die Enemy Die, and Meteor Mess, and Kill Thrill. If I recall correctly, and you can look this up, I might be wrong, Nintendo did not want the word die to appear in any of their games because they didn't want, mothers to be upset that kids are being corrupted and turned into psychopaths. So they forced the people who made Maniac Mansion on Nintendo to change the name Die Enemy Die. And the alternate name the Maniac Mansion guys came up with, just as kind of an FU to Nintendo, was Tuna Diver. They may have started out calling it Muff Diver and been told to change that, and they changed it to Tuna Diver. Either way, not a particularly mature joke, but in the Nintendo version, they actually were allowed to use Tuna Diver as the name for their game. Go figure. Kill Thrill, by the way, I might be wrong again, I believe that one was left alone. They let them keep Kill Thrill as the name of one of these games. We can't do anything with these right now. You need to find a quarter. That's an actual item we need to obtain to continue in this quest. Let's go up the stairs. Dave just kind of moseying on up there. Now we are in a hallway. One of many hallways in this, the Maniac Mansion. And you can't pass until you feed me. You try to get around him, you get knocked back. You can't pass until you feed me. Okay, so we've got to give food to the green tentacle monster. Say what is. I don't think the what is command works on people. It's weird. So you can use give on the green tentacle, but you can't what is him. So what have we got? A key, a chainsaw, cassette tape. Let's try giving the chainsaw to purple tentacle or green tentacle. Makes a difference, green versus purple in this game. The color of the tentacle makes a difference. That doesn't seem to work. Alright. What else have we got? Bowl of wax fruit. Let's give the bowl of wax fruit to the green tentacle. Wow, my favorite. That's what I wanted. Now, as I recall, you can find a bunch of food. Now I'm thirsty. You can find a bunch of food downstairs in an area we haven't explored yet, and you've got to give him several of them. But apparently, and I'd forgotten about this, if you give him the wax fruit, he just accepts that on the first try, and he's done. So now he wants something to drink. What have we got? Paintbrush, paint remover, old record. Sure, let's give him the paint remover. I mean, he likes wax fruit, right? Yuck, no thanks. Although it seems like Dave is saying that. Where's my drink? My dick. Green tentacle, you're being kind of a dick. But at least he didn't throw us into the dungeon like Weird Ed would. Did I go show you guys the dungeon? I guess I let Edna throw us in the dungeon. Weird Ed will also throw you in the dungeon if he catches you. Dr. Fred is down in the lab, so you're not likely to run into him. But let's switch to somebody who's already downstairs to avoid wasting a ton of time. Actually, there's something I want to do first with Bernard. I'm Bernard. I'm stereotypical geek. But I'm from a computer game in the 80s, and I still am a deeper and more nuanced character than Urkel. Geeks have come a long way in television, folks. I tend to think, generally, I think NCIS is kind of a stupid show, but, and they got their sexy female geek character, that's nice, but even their male geek, in the form of McGee, is like actually a functioning adult who can hold down a job and does not wear, horn-rimmed glasses. And yet they make him an R&D geek, so I thought that was nice. It's a modern portrayal of the geek as a functioning individual, rather than, wearing miscolored outfits with crazy-ass suspenders and giant nerd Urkel glasses. I have that on my mind because there's a documentary on not NPR, public television. They're talking about like great comic figures in history, and they actually featured Urkel. And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You can talk about Gallagher next as a great cultural icon of comedy." But they talked about Urkel, and they interviewed Jaleel White, who's like all grown up now and has never done shit except Urkel in his whole life. And he was really patting himself on the back about how, I made it okay for black people to be geeks. Before this, like, blacks were not allowed to be geeks. I'm like, okay, you didn't make it okay for anybody to do anything. Urkel was a laughing stock character. And they're also talking about, I was like, oh, like the nerd is like a realistic portrayal of nerds. Like, no. You're just like a guy with a catchphrase and horrible suspenders and glasses. You are not representative of real life nerds. Bernard runs away in fear from the tentacle. That's all I wanted to show you, folks. Now I gotta park Bernard in the, I won't put him in here. I'll put him in the dark room. I don't believe he's afraid of the dark. Now, why the physics club nerd is the only one who runs away in fear from the tentacle monster? Everyone else seems to be fine with it. I don't know. Bernard is kind of played for laughs a little bit in this game. Am I gonna, like, instantly be able to see the light source that I couldn't find before? I'll give it a quick medical chart, medical diagram, medical bridge. Real skeleton. Maybe I just had to come across the room a little bit. I can't help but think that it's like right here. Can't be that hard to find. God damn it. That is very close to the door. Because it's actually an actual light switch. This is pretty much what you had to do in this game before you get the flashlight batteries. Alright, fine. Switch back over to Wendy. Is Wendy her name? I don't even remember. I believe her name is Wendy. Sandy is the cheerleader girlfriend. And the actual plot of this game, which is explained by the manual and all that, is that Dave's girlfriend, Sandy, has been kidnapped by Dr. Fred. And he decides to get two of his college friends, or maybe they're supposed to be in high school, together to go and rescue her. And that's nice and it's cute, and they have a lot of humorous stuff. Like in the in-game, the game box comes with like a poster that's got a lot of... It's supposed to be like a blackboard from their school, but it's got a lot of jokes. It's also got some sort of hints hidden in there. It was all fun and good, but basically it's just a parody of B-movies. There's no great deep background to these characters. Sandy, the cheerleader's been kidnapped, and you've got to rescue her, and that's all we're really meant to know. Edna is gone, which is good. I believe from this point forward, all of the characters who will capture you are in their rooms, and you will get a warning from now on before any of them head out and get you. You do generally want to avoid having any of your characters parked and standing there and not being controlled on a direct path between the bedrooms of the main characters upstairs and the front door or the kitchen. We'll find out. That's why I've got guys. I got Bernard and Dave upstairs. I parked them in side rooms. I don't think anybody cares. They walk around to the hall and doors are open. Nobody's going to go in the arcade room to bother Dave, but you might see a cutscene where Weird Ed is coming downstairs to check on for his package or something, and he will throw your characters in the dungeon if he finds them. So, being thrown in the dungeon is an inconvenience. Let's get some cheese. It's not a big deal in this game, but it is. No, I have to actually switch to the get command. Pick up cheese. Pick up old batteries. That would be good for the flashlight. Pick up a can of Pepsi. Product placement there. To the max. Pick up broken bottles of ketchup. What is that disgusting stain? This stain is not actually an item. So let's open the door and move along. Eventually we're going to... Uh-oh. Gee, I'm hungry. What was I just saying, folks? We need to get her the F out of the kitchen. Weird Ed will complain that there's nothing good to eat in the fridge anymore, but I believe he was going to do that anyway. I think he's not going to come in here, which means I'm probably safe to pick up the old rotting turkey. These are all things you can feed to the tentacle if you don't give him the week old roast. If you don't give him the what you call him, Pacha, the wax fruit. Yep, here he is. Tum-ti-tum, dum-de-dum. And I even left the fridge open. Where's the cheese? He wanted cheese. He was just going to bring a big old thing of cheese back up to his room. There's a gravy stain. Can I pick up the gravy stain? I don't do tablecloths. Oh, Wendy, you're a delight. There's a chair. I don't think I can do anything with it particularly. Let's open this door here. Walk in here. And what do we got here? We got a door. Can I open the door? It's locked. It does appear to be the door to the outside after all. There's a grate. Can I open the grate? It's welded into the floor. Alright, well, let's pick up, oh, I've gone over. Pick up fruit drinks, yay! And that will get us past green tentacle. Pick up a glass jar, that will be useful later, I'm sure. Pick up some canned goods, probably give those to the green tentacle if he hadn't taken the wax fruit. Pick up a tentacle chow, same deal. And what is this? This is developer fluid, bottle of developer. Let's pick that up. Whoops, we spilled it. I don't think we just made the game unwinnable. Certainly doesn't really matter because we don't have the guy who knows how to develop photographs in the game anyway. That's one of those things where we're going to have to find a way around that rather than, I don't think we need to go in there with a stool and pick it up. I think we need to find a sponge, if I recall. But either way, we're going to save the game, and we're going to end this video. So, folks, yeah, have not yet gotten to a point where I'm stuck. Mostly because, well, there's probably puzzle solutions that I could have done by now. We simply haven't explored the whole house, so we haven't started running into... There's still, you get to that point in these games where you're still wandering around, you're still clicking on stuff, and, if the game is freeform enough, we just haven't gotten to the point where we've been everywhere and need to do something before we can really proceed. Well, we'll get there pretty soon, folks. Hope you continue to watch and enjoy this nostalgia trip for me through this awesome, good old-fashioned DOS game. So stay tuned and don't think too hard about what's actually going on down here. We got suction cups of the tentacle. It's sort of like his face almost. Don't think about that too hard. And we'll see you next time, folks. Bye-bye.